And how you doing, everybody?
Hello, hello.
It's Slasher here with
Mikey D. Railz. I'm gonna try to stay on course for this one.
You've been.
Yeah, I guess so.
But all right, stay on course
With the subject matter. Because sometimes when we talk, I have a tendency to go from one subject to like 5. And then we're like, how did we get here? And we started off with whatever we were just talking about. What were we thinking about talking about again?
Celebrity endorsements.
Celebrity endorsements. Big issue with athletes and all celebrities who are popular.
Actors, actresses.
Absolutely, even though it's
Models.
pretty much focused on, I would say models and athletes in general, though. Not a lot of actors do endorsements, really.
Are you kidding me?
Well, I guess they do, but most of their money comes from, I guess you're right, like George Clooney will have his, like, tequila.
He has his.
What does he have?
Freaking his coffee maker.
Oh, yeah, the espresso, an espresso. Right. You got a good point there.
I think you haven't seen a lot of commercials lately.
I have. But every time you think about celebrity endorsements, what do you really think about? You think about athletes, don't you?
Actors and plenty of actors.
Yes, but they don't make most of their money off endorsements like athletes do. But Matthew McConaughey, how much you think he's making off Lincoln doing those stupid commercials?
I'm just thinking while I'm driving my Lincoln. How many freaking Lincoln?
Does he say that? I'm thinking while driving my Lincoln?
Might as well. That's what every commercial is of it.
He's driving a Lincoln, like, far from home, and, nobody got
But
around.
I'm saying, is that going to make you buy a Lincoln?
No.
Is that like, oh, Matthew McConaughey's driving a Lincoln?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. When I think about the celebrity endorsements, my main problem with it is, do they really endorse the product? Take Steph Curry, for instance. He's sponsored by Under Armour, but I bet he grew up loving Nike. Right? I mean, did he grow up loving Under Armour?
He doesn't have a Nike contract?
No, Steph Curry is Under Armour.
Even his sneakers?
His sneakers.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm not a basketball fan as much as I used to be, so.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, Nike is the #1 endorsement with sneakers, #2 with Reebok, and #3 is Adidas.
But Nike's always been #1 with the endorsements when it comes to sports.
Right, and they pay top dollar. Like Zion got over a $200 million contract, and he didn't play a game yet.
But like buying Jordans left and right, were you like one of those people who was like dying to buy a pair of Jordans every time the new ones came out?
You had to be. Growing up, it was always about the Jordans. I had to get these Jordans, I had to get that Jordans. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, but if I could put together, like, the Jordans back then were like $100, $125 for the expensive ones. Now they go over $200, $300.
For the expensive Jordan.
Well, you're right. They were all expensive. And people weren't waiting online for days to get them. But now it's like, maybe you can't eat good tonight, but I'm gonna have my Jordans. you get your allowance, you save it up, but everybody has to have the Jordans, and it's more of a societal thing. Like, you have to have the Jordans. If it was up to me, I would have the BKs, the British Knights.
People did have those.
Right.
Alright, but going back to celebrities.
Right. Well, the biggest one is the sneakers. And then you have your
alcohol.
Yeah, but have you noticed?
Okay, all right. We're sitting here drinking, right? But I'm not sponsoring drink. I'm not saying go out and drink.
Right. And when they do it, they say drink responsibly. Like, anybody's gonna do that. The more you drink, you're gonna be less responsible.
Yeah, they do say that. And I'm saying, like, you have so many celebrities that are actually doing like commercials for vodka. They're even making their own vodka. Stuff like that.
Right. Until one of them falls off the wagon, and then it's like, okay, we can't sponsor you no more. I mean, it's all about, and that's a great point you have there. they sponsor things that pretty much are kind of bad for you, and they're profiting off of it. You know, like you said with the alcohol. Who is it? Ray Liotta. He does like the tequila.
There's a bunch of people that freaking the funniest ones was Michael Imperioli. You know,
he did tequila too, right?
Christopher Moltisanti from
Right.
The Sopranos. When what was it? I forget what the vodka.
I think was it a vodka? I thought it was tequila.
Tequila, yeah.
It might have been the same tequila that Ray Liotta had.
Most of his commercials was him yelling at Patron bottles.
Patron, exactly.
There was like a Patron bottle that he was like yelling at in one commercial. There was a Patron bottle on a table that he like kicked over on another commercial.
Yeah, and you know, the funny thing with that is that my main concern is that I want to make sure, and I think they should make sure, but they don't. Like when they were questioned, let's say they questioned on the red carpet, and they asked them, "What is your favorite drink?"
Yeah.
Like I want to see if they're gonna say, Patron tequila." What do you use to shave? Gillette. If they asked Tom Brady, who sponsored Gillette and Uggs, you know, do they really use those products?
Wait, what were you saying about Tom Brady?
Well, I was saying if he's gonna sponsor Uggs, he should wear them during the football game, or some, or have them in some kind of you know, when is he wearing Uggs? When he's grazing the pasture? I mean, when is he wearing Uggs?
So all the football players in the Chunky Soup commercials,
they better be eating Chunky Soup.
All right, but should they be eating it on the field?
Absolutely.
During the play? So
when they have a playoff.
Oh.
Like, when they have a playoff. Like, let's say we're sitting out a play. Like, give me that Chunky Soup, coach. You know, instead of pouring Gatorade, it should be Chunky Soup. If you're going to sponsor it, you should stay.
All right, well, at least they're not going to be standing there on the field.
They'll burn their asses off, though.
A steaming bowl of Chunky Soup. And he's like ready to catch a pass with a steaming bowl of Chunky Soup.
I'm not saying on the field. If you take a playoff on a really cold day in Foxborough, if like somebody's holding a nice, hot, boiling, steamy, Chunky Soup.
Wait, what do we got? Oh yeah, 7 minutes.
In fact, if a guy sponsors Chunky Soup, if a guy sponsors Chunky Soup and takes a big hit in a football field, the concussion protocol should be, what's your name? What is this in the bowl?
What's your favorite?
What's your favorite soup?
What's your favorite?
What's your favorite Chunky Soup?
Favorite Chunky Soup?
Chicken noodle. Chicken noodle. He's ready to go back in.
He's good to go.
Go back in.
He's good to go.
Almost like the test they gave the guy on a Varsity Blues, which was how many fingers? Oh, no, it's not how many fingers. It's I'm holding up fingers. True or false? He goes, true. Throw him back in, coach. But no, you're right. The Chunky Soup was a big one, though. Although Beckham had it, a lot of old school football players had it too. For some reason, Chunky wants to monopolize the football players for some reason.
The Mike Ditka thing I told you about before.
Which was the...
He told his players not to do the Chunky Soup commercials, and then they all found out that he was doing Chunky Soup commercials.
Definition of a hypocrite right there. Mike Ditka.
Well, what kind of scumbag is that?
Well, that's a special kind of one. But Mike Ditka, he looked like he was one. He looked like he'd pull it off good. I mean, you know...
Because he's a scumbag, because he's a legit scumbag. There you go.
You know, it doesn't make any sense. And when you think about it, who is the biggest sponsor? After everybody wins the Super Bowl, what is the first thing that they have?
Okay. From...
Where you're going to go on vacation. You just want to...
From... Quote unquote back in the day, you mean?
Well, no, they still do it though.
I'm going to Disney World.
I'm going to Disney World. All of a sudden, you win a Super Bowl, you want to go to Disney World? I never heard you speak about Disney World before that. What about Papa John? Do you know that Peyton Manning hugged Papa John after he won the Super Bowl before he hugged his own coach?
Well,
he's hugging Papa John.
Doesn't Peyton Manning, didn't he also have steak?
Of course he did, but you're hugging Papa John?
No, but he had steak in their company, right? Like he...
Before Papa John got disgraced by doing something with the N-word or whatever, but he was hugging Papa John.
Now Shaq is doing the also another one, Shaq. Shaq is
he won't say no to any endorsement.
Shaq is the biggest.
Icy Hot, the General, remember the insurance general?
The General commercials. Jesus Christ. Now he's like the spokesman for the General commercials.
Yeah, he's like, I mean, there's so many other athletes you could use with more higher energy using Shaq. He's like, oh, General, I use the General. I mean, give me a break. Am I supposed to believe he uses the General? Most people don't use the General, let alone a millionaire who could afford, the General, not for nothing, is like low-tier insurance. I mean...
how does he get, like...
He's using... And that's another thing. I want to know if the General...
But I think Favre was doing those... Brett Favre was doing General commercials for a while, too. Like...
Well, and let me tell you something. If he gets into an accident, he better have the General, showing up in old cartoon and all that. At least...
Like it's real life Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Exactly right. Look, when Brett Favre was doing those stupid Wrangler commercials, he probably was wearing Wranglers. And if he wasn't, he looks like a person that would. Shaq, I mean, he's using Icy Hot and has General Insurance. I don't know about all that. I just want to make sure. If you're sponsoring, if you're getting millions of dollars, you better be using those products. That's all I'm saying. I mean, they won't say no to any endorsement nowadays. Odell Beckham, you want to do for Kotex? I'll do Kotex. Why not?
Michael Strahan eats that Subway. Yes, I'm sure Michael Strahan eats Subway sandwich.
Yeah, he had one Subway sandwich his whole life. That's the whole thing. At least Jared was eating fucking Subway. Well, there's the Jared, but he's doing a lot of other things. I'm surprised.
He had a lot of extracurriculars.
I'm surprised there's any athlete that even sponsored Subway after that. Yeah, I'll take the money.
But he also wasn't a celebrity until Subway.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That made him a celebrity. Tennis players mostly are with the Nikes or with the Reebok.
Well, all right. If you're
and golf players.
If you're an athlete, you always had to make sure that Nike was it. I remember in the 90s, like Reebok was the competitor to Nike because Reebok would get the other.
The rejects that couldn't get Nike. If Nike's giving $200 million,
or like they'd be like, oh, we're gonna make your own type of sneaker for one certain player.
Well, that's what they do now all the time. They make a sneaker for every singer. You got the Yeezys, you got the Jeezys.
First singer. Why are you gonna make it first singer?
Well, they do it though.
First singer.
Yeah,
I want the new.
I gotta get the new Yeezys.
I want the new Princes.
Yeah, let me get the Prince Purple Rains.
Let me get those Billy Idols.
Yeah, let me get the pink Cadillacs. The Billy Idols.
What? Like?
But no, I mean
a celebrity.
No.
All right, I understand it's for an athlete. I totally understand sneakers for an athlete.
Because you're actually wearing it too.
And it's actually stuff they wear during the game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember Zion was playing his.
I don't know.
Well, he was playing the Duke, and his shoe exploded.
Yes,
I believe it was a Nike shoe.
I didn't even know of him until that sneaker exploding incident.
There you go.
Let's see. What are we?
It blew up.
13 minutes. Okay. So, other than sports things,
okay,
there was plenty of other actors who were doing commercials. Even still to this day, there's Samuel L. Jackson doing this.
Oh, he does everything. Capital One, yeah, what's in your wallet?
Yeah, stuff like that. There was that one, I can't even remember what it was, a few years ago, where all of a sudden Gary Oldman was doing commercials. And
oh, yeah.
And then like the last...
Well, she didn't even need to do the...
But like the last half of one of these commercials was him just staring into the camera and not saying a word while the camera's panning into his face. Like...
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't make any sense. And he better have a Capital One card in your wallet. I want to know what's in your wallet, Gary Oldman or Samuel L. Jackson. But do you think that they're banking there? I don't know about that. If you're endorsing something, you should really endorse it. Some people that endorse things never tasted their products before. I mean, does LeBron James drink Sprite on a regular basis?
Yeah,
Probably
sure
not.
I bet he does have a lifetime supply of it, but he doesn't drink it.
You're probably right. He probably gives it away. He probably gets it mailed to his house. Anything that he wants. You know, Gillette. You know that once you sponsor one particular product, you can't sponsor the opposing product. You can't be Reebok and Nike. So I remember that Roger Federer and...
You're going back into sports.
Okay.
You don't know any other celebrities from...
Well, O.J. Simpson had a lot.
O.J. Simpson was a sports guy.
Oh, you're right. But he was an actor. Naked Gun.
You know who else was?
Should have won.
You know who else was?
Oscar.
Mr. Big Time. Mr. Big Time.
Mr. Big Time?
Jello Pudding Pops.
Oh, of course. Oh, he had a lot of endorsements back in the days. The Jello Pudding Pops. Could you imagine all the commissary he's getting mailed in? It's probably all Jello Pudding Pops.
Oh,
I would like to try the Jello.
But there was a lot of actors who've been doing stuff for commercials.
But a lot of times, it's actors that are not in their prime. Unless they're doing like a Revlon commercial or some kind of makeup commercial. You see a lot of like, Gwyneth Paltrow types.
Oh, like Jennifer Garner.
That are doing like, it's all about the makeup and how it makes them
Jennifer
look.
Garner, I know she was. I thought she was doing those makeup commercials for a while.
The thing with makeup commercials is that you kind of have to be beautiful in order to do them. What they should do is they should hire somebody who's like a train wreck, let's say. And then they put them in makeup with the Revlon, and then it's like a 360. My point here is this. Look at Oprah Winfrey. She's been doing Weight Watchers for years, but she's not watching her weight. She's able to sell Weight Watchers, and she's not even knocking off the pounds. I'm just saying, nothing against Oprah Simpson. Oprah Simpson. Oprah Winfrey. I love her. But you shouldn't be doing...
You just combined Oprah Winfrey with O.J. Simpson.
I think they get it.
Which I think would be a great combination.
Oh, that would be nice. She'll divorce Stedman for O.J. Simpson. O.J. Winfrey.
O.J. Winfrey.
But my point is, Oprah, they start with an O either way. Oprah Winfrey has been doing Weight Watchers for the longest. And all I'm saying is that it ain't working. But it's still selling.
She's also been engaged for the longest, right?
Yeah, Stedman... Stedman's like, when is that? When do we have to set the date? Save the date. No, it's not gonna happen. But
alright.
My
17 minutes. Alright. Maybe another 5 minutes more of this.
Well, we're missing a lot. I'm sure people that are watching right now will come up with examples in their head that we can't think about. That's why these are just random thoughts. It's not like we're writing down, if we did a research, we would be more inclined to talk about it. But it is a good subject though, because do you ever get influenced by a commercial where you say, oh, I have to have that product? Anything. Over the years, it has to be something. Maybe as a little kid.
This actor I liked in a movie is in a gum commercial, in a commercial for chewing gum. I gotta get this chewing gum. No, I never thought that. That was...
See, I'm trying to think though, because back in the days when they had that Big League Chew commercials, maybe just because of the commercials, but I don't know if I ever saw an actor or athlete on TV where I said, oh, I had to get that brand. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, I always stuck with what I grew up with. I wore Nike sneakers and Reebok.
Yeah, but you said you like to go for the Jordans.
But not really. Again, that was because that's what it was. Jordan was the first one who marketed the sneaker big time. He was like the pioneer on that. Now everybody followed his lead.
So
except he still has
personal branding, you mean?
Exactly.
To make your own name.
He started with Nike. It was Air Jordan.
I remember Bo Jackson was trying to do it, but he got hurt too much
and Bo knows shit.
I'm saying, he was also trying to be another type of Jordan too.
And if anybody was going to do it, it would be him. He played two sports successfully.
But it didn't work out because he had to stop playing football and he just stuck to baseball.
Yeah, but Jordan started his own. I mean, he was with Nike, and then he started his own thing, which is the Jordan. Ultimately, is probably one of the best sports athlete, that's been around. I mean,
Well, what are the things can you think of when it comes to
that maybe decide to buy a product because I'm not buying Lady Gillette's because somebody.
No, I'm talking about celebrities who.
Nobody's ever influenced me to buy something. Maybe like I said, when I was a kid and I saw somebody, I don't know, playing with Transformers. I don't know what if.
Yeah, but it's not a celebrity.
Yeah, it's not really a celebrity, right?
Influencing you to do that.
That's just a commercial.
That's you being a kid who plays with toys and like commercials.
And let me ask you a question. Don't you think Nike would be just as successful if they didn't hire every single athlete there is? I mean, are people really going to buy the sneakers? I think there are people that will. People love Steph Curry. I bet you Under Armour is selling more because they have Steph Curry on their team. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I just don't know. If I'm trying to think of a celebrity that...
See, I guess now I'm starting to realize that it could only keep going back to the sports because the sports celebrities are the biggest ones.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Like the most, they're the face of their brand.
And if you're an actor, it's almost like being
the Jordan logo of him dunking is pretty much the most iconic celebrity logo.
Right.
The Jumpman logo, you can't mistake that for anything else. So, yeah.
And that's another thing too. An athlete, at least he's accomplishing something because of his personal performance. An actor is really just acting. So if I see you promoting tequila, are you just acting that you like tequila?
Hey man, Sammy Hagar drinks plenty of tequila and he makes his own tequila. So
first of all, I would buy rum if I saw pirates. They drink rum not because they're sponsored, because that's their thing. Back in the days, when the actual pirates. I'm not talking about the new age Somali pirates. I'm talking about back in the days when they had the flag and everything. They drank rum, but they liked it. I don't think Ray Liotta is drinking that tequila on a regular basis.
I don't know. There's a good chance he might be.
I don't know.
And I mean, not to knock on Ray Liotta, because if I had that deal, I'd be doing the same.
Absolutely, I would sell out too.
I mean, like if they would give me a lifetime supply, but yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go through that lifetime supply.
If you're gonna give me $1 million to wear a mankini, I'm gonna do it. Because mankinis are very unpopular. But you don't see any sports athletes promoting mankinis like Borat did. But whatever. Mankini is the ugliest thing. That's like
Jesus Christ.
Mankini. I really went off the rails there. But mankini. I'm just saying, do they turn down anything? I mean, if you throw the money in their face, they're gonna take it. You see some of the commercials that these people do. You're like, wow, this guy likes that.
There's the
You're just not buying it.
There's the cell phone. I don't remember what cell phone commercial it was, but it was
a lot of UFC people.
No, much worse than this.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Like Gwyneth Paltrow's gonna be using Boost.
It was Malcolm McDowell and James Earl Jones reading texts back to each other, back and forth like they were teenage girls.
Malcolm McDowell
and James Earl Jones going back.
Oh
and forth.
My God, Malcolm McDowell!
And they're
why would they even put him in a commercial? It could only be bad.
That's what I'm saying.
What are you thinking about?
I guess the easy paycheck. I guess.
Speaking about easy paychecks, what about Cameo? That'll be something we talk about in the future, the whole Cameo, which people, I don't know if they know about, but yeah, people...
Oh my God. He just showed me this thing.
Cameo, unbelievable. But we'll talk about how people sell out for that too. But have you noticed that these endorsements, actors especially, it's usually on the tail end of their career, no? It's not really...
Not usually. Well, there are some actors that, that's where they got their start. They got their start in commercials.
Right. But do they go back to the commercials?
I see the Super Nintendo commercial. When Super Nintendo first came out, Paul Rudd is the kid playing the Super Nintendo commercial.
And he's still on the top of his game. He's making movies.
But I'm saying this is
3 or 4 a year.
This is before anyone knew who he was.
Oh, okay. Okay. When was the last time you saw Paul Rudd in a commercial? That's my point. Either you do it because you're trying to come up, or you're doing it because you're coming down.
Unless it's going to be a type of commercial where it's like, hey, I'm Paul Rudd in a commercial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but...
Like how James Earl Jones is in a commercial. It's like, oh, hey, James Earl Jones is here in a commercial. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but still, though, I mean, to be influenced. First of all, I don't even like it. Most people don't even watch commercials no more. Most people stream, or they'll just fast forward through the commercials because they DVR. I mean, commercials are a thing of the past.
People still do have television.
No, I understand that though, but only commercials I love to watch are the Super Bowl commercials because they're paying $30 million for 30 seconds. $1 million a second, it better be worthwhile. That's when you're gonna pull out all of the good commercials. But for the most part, I can't think of any commercial.
I don't understand.
And if you guys have anything, feel free to let us.
Why does anyone care about those Super Bowl commercials?
Oh, I do.
don't understand.
Because
I never understood.
Because those are when you get the best commercials, the Doritos commercials, the Bud Light commercials, or the Budweiser with the horses.
Yeah, who cares?
Who
I
cares?
care about commercials.
Bet you 50% of the people watching right now love the commercials just as much as they love the Super Bowl. I bet you there's people that watch the Super Bowl for the commercials.
Yeah, you.
No, I watch the Super Bowl because, well, for both. But look, I didn't care for that. I'm gonna get off the rails here with the Broncos.
Oh, why would Mikey D Railz go off the rails?
Why would I try to do that? Anyway, my point is, okay, my point pretty much is that.
And everything came back to sports, regardless of what we were talking. For some reason, yeah, I guess it's because sports is pretty much.
What actor do you know right now that sponsors Nike? What actor do you know that sponsors?
What actor has any act? I mean, other than doing cameos in commercials.
No, it's all the athletes get the big. Athletes get more from the sponsorship than they do from the actual payment of the league. Zion, like I said, got signed $200 million. He's not even making that yet. So it's a big thing for some people. With actors, I believe it's on the downfall of the career. With athletes, you have to be right in the midst of everything. Serena Williams, huge right now.
With actors and actresses and models and singers and all this stuff, it's not that they have to go to Nike. Like they'll get like Pepsi contracts.
Oh, that's a good one.
They'll get like
the Pepsi and Coca-Cola.
That's what I'm saying. They'll do stuff like that. But other than Bill Cosby and Michael Jordan, who else has been more marketable as a celebrity? Really, who has? Maybe Puff Daddy.
Oh, with his Ciroc vodka.
Well, even with his freaking stupid clothing line.
Which is kind of a thing of the past. You don't see any Sean John commercials.
No, you don't anymore. No, you don't see anyone.
Because he's not making music. Sponsorships only last if you're in the spotlight. If you're not in the spotlight, you're on Dancing with the Stars or Celebrity Big Brother. That's it. That's all it is. It just doesn't work like that. And I'm a big time Coca-Cola drinker. But if I see somebody who I love, an actor that I love, drinking Pepsi, you think I'm gonna be like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should be. People are not influenced by actors. If you like something, you like something.
No, it's just a flash.
Yeah. Maybe to try to attach somebody who doesn't love a particular drink yet. Oh, I don't know if I like Coca-Cola or Pepsi, but this guy likes Pepsi, so I'll drink Pepsi. No, I like Coca-Cola, and if you're sponsoring Pepsi,
Well, I'm saying it's right? It's just for the flash, the commercial, and it's for the thrill of advertising, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And every time you see one of those commercials, it's like the best thing in the world. Like if I see a shaving commercial with Gillette, I think, oh my God, how come I don't have so much fun shaving? Oh, how come I'm not?
Like those Cindy Crawford Pepsi commercials.
Oh yeah, that didn't even influence me, and that was a great commercial.
Yeah, I was like, all right.
That was a Super Bowl commercial, by the way.
Cindy Crawford was hot and all.
She walked up to that. Remember the little kids looking at her like,
I'm just saying, like, she's hot and all, but the fuck that? Whoopsie! I said the F word. I said, what the F?
Right.
That doesn't make me want to buy Pepsi. I'll buy Pepsi if I want to drink it.
And actually, that Pepsi machine looked like it only had Pepsi in the machine. It had a big Pepsi on it. And I don't know if you could get anything else, but if you remember those little kids when they were like sweating, she walks over there, she makes it all cool to drink Pepsi. I'm like, okay, give me a break. I mean, you might as well sponsor like, licorice flavored soda. Who's gonna buy that crap? Hey, I'm just saying. I hope that most people don't get influenced by. But if anybody gets influenced, just let them know. But you know what it is? It's all about the mighty dollar, though. The money.
It's about what?
That's what it's all about. The money, and they want to make it. Any commercial that you got, it's about the money, 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 money. They should play this during the commercial. I don't care about the product, but I care about the money.
Bye, everybody.